flying high above the sky. I don't care, it will be fine. Don't you know it's done for you, light in your eyes? Totally alive, don't you see? Don't you know it was done for you, totally alive, don't you see? Don't you see? Don't you?
What is going on, everybody? How you doing?
Yo, it's Friday. Here we go. And we got Mr. Mullen here.
I know I
Casey's-
silly named it episode 75, the Scott and Andy show, and I just spammed out a bunch of links to the homies because I knew that Casey was going to be down today. He's going to a family thing. And so, yeah, I guess I should name it the Scott, Andy, and Mullen Performance Audio Show.
Then I ruined it, you know.
Oh, I wouldn't say ruin it. I think, if anything, to make it a little bit less dull of a show tonight for our tens of viewers to watch, you know.
Yeah, a little more facial hair, you know.
Somebody posted Cookie Monster one before the
I
video.
think they're talking about memes. There's a few memes going along. I think it's something with someone designing digital stuff or something. I think. that's what I'm talking about.
I was just like, and again, this is all humor. And I think, and personally, again, I think other people talk about it. I want to go straight to politics and car audio as soon as we go live. But I do believe that, it's probably initially, posted in humor, but there's also that ever so slight bit of backhand. But again, in humor, I was actually doing graphic design and working on a big project, and I had South Park playing on the TV next to me, just a noise. I always had music or something else going, and it just so happened to be the took their jobs thing or whatever. And then I was like, this is the perfect time to use this right now. But,
Oh man,
that was good. But
I don't know. Are people actually getting mad about that, or is this just kind of people just trolling each other?
it's still
It's a
brand
little
bashing. There's some people that take, like there's hardcore DD people and there's hardcore, sundown people, and some of those guys don't see the light side. A lot of people, and some people it's even in the industry, honestly, like they don't see the whole side of it. When you get to like the big boy table of it, all these guys are friends for the most part of company owners and industry leaders. They're all all friends, and they're all trying to constructively compete with each other to get better, and they have dinner together and shake hands and say what's up. But like you have those fans that are hardcore with any brand, and they're like, if you don't run this, then F you, and you're like, holy crap, bro, it's not that serious,
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're all copying each other at some point. We're making speakers that move a lot of air, and eventually you're going to step across, the same path. And I don't know everything about it, but I just know the supercharged and Neo on the ferrite, and
there's no patents or anything on it. And doing Neo
patent or not,
forecast,
patents don't last forever.
Yeah.
They just don't. And it's just. It's a rabbit hole, but I think it just got blown out of proportion, because if it was just somebody saying it, it's different. When it's a company, it's like, whoa.
It's not the most professional
more people
thing ever.
are listening. Not that it's not professional, it definitely probably drives some sales, man, and that's some ways you can do it, and it just seems
Dave,
like it
what's up,
takes
buddy?
off a little bit faster than good publicity. It's facts, man. What's going on, Dave? Oh,
Can't
we
hear
can't
you,
hear
buddy.
you. It's because
he's
I'm
muted.
on here.
Oh man.
Oh, there he is.
Is it working?
Yep.
Yeah.
Loud
Very
and
good.
clear, loud and
Check,
clear.
check, check.
Okay. What's up, Andy? What's up, Scott? What's up, Mo?
Chilling, brother.
Chilling.
Friday.
Killing.
Happy
Got
Friday.
shaped up
Yeah.
on the way home. Almost made it late, so I made it start 5 minutes late, and here we are.
Heck yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. I don't care. I'll spend my money wherever I spend my money. If I want to go buy DD, I'll go buy DD. If I go buy Sundown, or I'll have all of it. I don't really care.
I think one thing, and it's been on my mind here lately too, because I get comments towards me, and it's actually some people that are in the chat, and they're like, "Hey, man, like you're not," and it's not even just Sundown, the other brands that I care, like you're not just hardcore about this one brand, and I'm like, "Hey, I have brands that I particularly very much cherish and like, but just like home audio or anything else in any kind of hobby and aspect where there's multiple options, part of being an audiophile, in my honest opinion, is trying and experiencing other equipment because it teaches. You'll say you have good taste. Trying that other brand is either going to show you why you actually might like something else better, or why you already like what you like even better. You know what I mean? Like then you have something to compare it to, especially when it goes to premium stuff. You got guys, and again, it goes. A lot of Scar people are this way. There's nothing. Again, I'm not Scar bashing right now. But let's say you buy the top end Starbucks. Let's say you buy the top end ZVX subwoofer or whatever, and you have good luck with it. You have the appropriate power for it in the right box, and it lasts you for a long time, and you're fucking happy with it. Fantastic, that's great. But when you start saying like, "Hey, this is the best," or "This is better than something else," or whatever, because you've had good luck with it, you're like, "Dude, you have nothing to compare it to of equal or greater value to take and give an educated, like response of why this is better or something like that." And
All results may vary.
And that's just one example. Yeah. Obviously, that's any hobby that you get into. There's, always the cheaper option.
Yep.
You guys want to see, speaking of Starbucks, you guys want to see what Sundown is just dropping right now? And this is going to be, I have a little bit of an insight, and there's nothing I think I could say I can't say right now.
Well, you just know because all you think about is Sundown.
Yeah, come on, man.
There's a new, all right, so you guys
call yourself a Sundown guy.
That there's a new Sundown frame coming out for like the new Nightshade and Z series. So we have this tooled frame that's been existing for quite some time. That's the X and the Z now. So I think there's going to be a level in between the U and the X as a more budget-oriented, high SPL, high output subwoofer. And the motor just got leaked. Just posted 9 minutes ago. It's pretty freaking sick.
Wow.
Quad stacked.
Yeah, so it's going to be it's going to be one of the subs that use the current tooled frame. That's like the X, like I have with the new motor on it, and then they're coming out with new baskets to replace that as the higher end subs. It's pretty sick, and that's going to take and directly compete with said other brands in that price range of their premium subs.
I seen Jacob. I didn't actually watch the entire live because it was on Facebook. It's hard for me to watch lives on Facebook. I wish he would throw it on YouTube too. But I seen he was doing a video of comparison of tall and wide motors.
That's actually a direct reference at a special YouTuber.
Yeah.
That does stack magnets. There's known for stacking magnets. That's a reference to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
David, what's good with you, bro? Anything new going on in the Kozlik house?
No, not at all.
Boom, 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 boom.
Just working.
Did you get pre-registered for Slam yet?
I have not yet.
Oh, I was gonna say no.
I started looking into getting an Airbnb, but like last year, I'm not trying to stroke my peen, but like I didn't even buy a ticket or anything for Scientology. Like I just went to the gate and I'm like, hey, I'm in the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I went to pre-register today because I was going to pre-register the golf cart, and I got busy and forgot.
Oh, really? The funny thing is they let me in, no issue. I mean, I was like sky high head to toe and all over my truck, but they let me in, and then Bobby Gately, they gave him a hard fucking time, and I was like, dude, I'm a nobody, and y'all fucking like, dude.
Dude,
I was standing at the gate when they wouldn't. I was standing at the gate when they wouldn't let him in, and I'm just sitting there watching him. He's like, I got this Gately stuff. I'm holding it, trying. He cut a bunch of shit for the B2 guy, and he's literally holding this acrylic, beautiful laser cut, whatever CNC thing, and he's like, I'm just trying to get in to give it to him, and I'm Bobby Gately, and I'm with all the vendors, and they're just like, we don't care who you are, you're not getting in.
Yeah, you're not doing it.
Wow.
It was like watching Elvis not being allowed into the building, It's kind of like, okay.
That time
usually
that they
the
should have a
security
little
guys.
checklist there.
Yeah.
If the dude says his name is X, Y, and Z, just let the motherfucker in.
No question list.
Speaking of Gately looking homeless in sandal, I met Gately, I guess 3 years ago now at Slamology, and they had us in the previous car club I was in. They had us actually parked right next to JP's booth across from Sky High, and 2 slams ago, and so JP grenaded a sub. I was standing there trying to scumbag JP to get a demo, which I later did, and then all I saw was a guy in a Judge shirt in an orange judge shirt, and he looked like like a homeless guy in sandals. But I was like, hey, he's a slamology judge. Hey, bro, do you want a demo? And he's like, you damn right or whatever. So like I give him the sauce for like 3 songs. Like I obviously do like fucking forever demos. And then like a friend comes up like, dude, you just hung out with Bobby Gately. I'm like, who the fuck? Like that was him, really? Like, yeah, dude. It was like, no fucking way. That was cool. Like
they're all normal people, man. I know.
Yeah,
I
normal
seen him
dudes.
the first time at Slam last year, and I'm like, that's Bobby Gately, and he was working on something, and I helped a little bit. I was like, why don't you just get a battery and test the remote wires with that? He's like, oh, that's pretty smart, you know. So I did. I'm like, yeah, brownie point.
No, I've been
Steve
blessed and
Duncan
fortunate enough to share a couple meals with him, like over dinner and stuff like that. And he's quite the dude, just like his online. He's just like his online persona. It's the same. It's the same dude.
Yeah.
Andy, I bet you're happy today, ain't you?
Oh man, today has been insane with all the L7X stuff coming out. We know it's not available online yet, but it is available at your local kicker dealer, which is awesome. They're here.
I don't have any.
They're coming. Did you
wish I
already
did.
call around?
No, I got online and started looking to see who my closest dealer was.
Yeah.
They got that little thing you can click, the link you can click on, and it tells you your closest dealer.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And none of them had it. You got to put the search history or the.
I put 1,000 miles.
Oh man. Oh man, this guy was really.
I told you I went shopping today. I went shopping. I didn't buy an L7, but I bought some other stuff to kicker. So
I'm pretty sure, from what I understand, I guess I can talk a little bit more now. Certain ones put bids in for not bids, but pre-ordered it.
Purchase
to kicker.
sizes,
Hey,
yeah. How big of an order do you want to put in? Yeah.
Yep. And they're the ones that got it. So hopefully soon, man. Hopefully
Mullen
soon. Where we
had
can
a
all
search
go.
from Utah to Maine,
I was about to make a joke on that.
Florida
Like,
to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nothing available.
dude, he's literally like out. He doesn't have a camper, so he's got like an enclosed trailer behind his truck with like an auxiliary fuel tank and like a fucking cot on the floor. And he's like, I am prepared to go drive 1,000 miles and nap somewhere because we have.
I have nothing to put it in, but damn it, I want one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right, just
do
to touch it.
just-
Just look at it.
Insert the catheter, do a bunch of bifrin, and just drive it all the way through.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just put it on the shelf in the shop and like, can you get that for me? Like, nope, that's mine actually, and I'm just letting you look at it.
I'll free air it on a couple videos or something. I won't drop it in the swimming pool yet.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, I don't know. It might survive just a little bit.
We might find out.
this has came out since then.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Okay, now I had this moment where I'm like, okay, people are going to ask me why I just didn't invert it and stick it, just sit it on the top. My theory was that if the whole thing broke, I didn't want it to just stab a whole bunch of glass in the thing yet. I didn't want to destroy it just yet. So I was like, I'll just motor down will be fine that way in case if it breaks. And then it did not want to break.
So instead
No,
of
it's-
worried about the glass, you just chuck a hammer at the motherfucker.
I know. When
I'm
you
sitting
sent me that, I'm
where
like,
I'm
damn,
sitting,
that's
man.
odd.
I mean, it
Oh,
got
yeah.
excited.
I was like, the hammer just came out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck?
I loved it. I was enthusiastic.
Oh no! I watched all of them.
I like
There
the
it
ports
is.
too. The ports work.
Yeah.
And a
It didn't want to
ball
break.
hammer.
Yeah. I thought it would just completely shatter, but it just didn't
I'll
want
admit
to.
it. Mullen messaged me. You messaged me like a month ago, and you're like, "What do you think it'll do?" And I'm like, "It's going to do like 2 notes and implode." And it's sitting here giving it the sauce, and it's fine. Dude.
Yeah.
I was like,
It
that
didn't do
thing, like,
shit.
2 bass lines and shattered. It was fine.
Yeah.
And
And
actually,
that is-
Mullen, I think the sides are not tempered. I think only on fish tanks the bottoms are tempered,
Are
and
they?
then the sides are just high strength.
Okay.
That's why it
don't
didn't do that spider web shatter. If you tap the bottom, I think they shatter like normal. I don't know.
I don't know.
I wanted to make
I think if they're tempered, they're tempered so you can drill them, because usually that's why they're tempered, so you can actually cut a circle into it and put your filter piping for like.
And you cut a fish tank?
Oh yeah.
and he's got like fucking.
Really?
diamonds.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
talking about?
Never did that.
Andy
He has
runs a
miniature
fish tank
aquarium at his
store.
house.
I know. I would never think to cut a fish tank.
Andy's just using
You can. Yeah, you
speakers
need a
and
glass
audio
blade.
to get his aquarium up and running.
There you go.
My dad actually My dad got into building a large saltwater aquarium pretty hardcore in like the 90s, and it's pretty cool to see. We had like nurse sharks and shit like that. But no, I wanted to make a meme and go back and screenshot this and like do like the Bobby Gately box that I want versus the Bobby Gately box I can afford.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to
Well,
end up
we're
on kickers. Don't do this. That's what I'm waiting on.
You know,
Yeah, the
I never
fails.
talked about this online. I
Just
had
send it
one
to
fish
Ernie.
aquarium in my whole life, and I have a twin brother. As you guys, I don't know if you guys are aware. And I work for fraternal twins. We don't really look alike, but so I'm in kindergarten. My parents get me this aquarium, and I have like a few freshwater fish in it, and like a turtle and shit. It was sick. And then like I don't even remember now because again it was 30 years ago what we were fighting about. Me and my brother are like rolling, fighting in the floor, and it's like it's actually like storming outside. Like somehow I end up slamming my brother's head into the front of the aquarium and busting it. And then
Hey, it happens,
we scooped up all the fishes, and then my grandma actually hauled ass over, came and got them, and like no more fish aquariums after that. I never had another.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't like fucking with glass. I told you guys I don't like fucking with glass.
I don't like, dude. Me neither. My brother next door is a body shop that you obviously see a lot of my photos. I end up doing a lot of my stuff over there because it's conveniently easier to have the work area and tables and all the tools there. But dude, I end up helping him like de-trimming cars and stuff all the time, which like conveniently, and it's like, here you go, hold this Audi R8 glass, and you're like, what the fuck? No, don't put this in my.
No,
no. I don't want to be liable for this, or they'll be putting the glass back in the car, and you'll be
Hey,
like,
look,
holding it
there's
at
the
the
guy
top of
over
the
there.
door.
Hand it to him.
Yeah, and there's like no regulator in yet, and it's like, here, let it slide down a little bit, and you're like, fuck no, please don't. Like,
You hear a crack and
woo! You're putting the bolts back in for the glass for like any regulator, and like, and you're like, oh no.
I always
I've
worry
showed
about
up.
that little tink of metal sound against the edge. Because you
Yeah.
can punch a fucking car window and them fuckers don't break. You breathe on the edge the wrong way and that motherfucker's like poof.
Yeah, exactly.
I've
Jake,
showed
just
up
remember,
to.
this isn't the Discord.
Oh man, the Discord be popping after the show.
Dude, actually, the
It'd be
Discord
popping,
has been
yeah.
popping here lately.
I've showed up to unlock cars before, and they've had car like tools stuck in the door. And as soon as I move the tool, because it won't come out, you'll hear it sound like little bits of glass falling down on the door.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, because it's stuck on the bottom of the window, I'm like, no, I ain't touching that.
That's
Sorry.
why they left it there.
Yeah.
They heard
No,
the
you're
same
shit out,
noise.
man. Nope, you're shit out. So,
Did I miss anything? I was totally playing DMZ.
Not really so much. I was
Oh.
going to ask, so Mullen, how many cars, if you had to guess, have you taken and legally broken into, for lack of better words right now?
over the last 30 years, probably, I don't know, 500 or so.
Oh, wow.
Phew.
Yeah.
Do you have
Wow.
any previous experience? No.
Yeah, no, like, he's a good one.
I didn't actually. All on the job training. Yeah.
Nice.
Technically, I'm not allowed to share my resume.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah,
I can't tell you.
This sounds devious. Have you ever walked through a parking lot before and be like, I've broken into one of those? Like, like,
Oh yeah.
I know
Yeah.
exactly how to
Okay.
get it.
I'll tell you my biggest fuck up was one time, and I've learned from this, is that right across the street from our shop is a Walmart, and we get people all the time. They always call and they're like, I'm locked out of my car. And I'm like, okay. And of course, if you're shopping at Walmart, then you don't usually have the $60 to unlock your car. But sometimes people are like, yeah, come on over. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I get over there and she tells me what kind of car it is. And I pull up and I'm sitting there waiting for 5 minutes. And I'm like, fuck this. I got shit to do. So I break into the car and I'm just sitting there. And then I'm looking around and she comes out, she starts waving at me and she starts walking the other direction.
Different car.
And I'm like,
Oh, wow.
oh shit, I just broke into the wrong car. So I went over, I locked the door,
Hurry up, lock it.
Shut.
I locked it, just pulled over towards her like, oh,
Start
okay.
wiping off
Hey,
the
yeah,
fingerprints.
that was for another customer.
Hey, that's,
It was the
Pay for
exact
that one
same car.
that's
Do I
just
Do I
bad
pay
as,
for it?
getting in
Yes,
another
you can
car
pay
that's
for it.
not yours and you try to turn the key over and it doesn't start the car and you're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, this is not my car.
Exact same color, exact same car, just it was an aisle over. And I'm like, oh,
Funny.
shit, okay. Yeah, I learned from that one. Never touch it until they're standing right next to it. So
That's nuts.
The guy that's
Yeah.
working with me is an old locksmith too.
Not that I would ever steal a vehicle, but like, yeah, if it's like if a '79 Civic, like a first gen Civic like mine, an EF 98, 99, 88 to 91, or they specifically 89 to 91 Taurus show, like, I'm like, I can break into that with a stick and a coat hanger, bro. Like,
I just want to. I want to hurry up and do my Sean Mullen breaking into a car at Walmart next go around.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about in the.
He's just like,
Can't.
So
I was like,
here's the game plan, dude. So I'm trading the truck gutted,
oh, shit.
the Excursion gutted for the show. Okay, I'm building the Honda. I kind of want to do a sound quality setup in the Honda. The truck, the Taurus. I kind of put something else in, maybe the AH. But the game plan is sell my equipment. I can get like $1,500 for lithium, like probably $3,000 for the amps. And then
How much are the motors and baskets worth now?
I'm gonna sell.
You did just shoot sparks all out of everything.
Yeah, but I could pull the guts out of them. They're worth at least like $350 a piece, at least $350 at least. And then so I mean, like, I'm like 90% there to buy a Tahoe, straight up.
Are you wanting my opinion?
Is this an episode of Scott's Junkyard Wars?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys don't
We're
even
gonna
know about the other.
We're gonna have an
boxes
intervention with Scott.
Yeah. I have other turd boxes stored.
You know
across
what?
the
Yeah,
Southeast.
I'm down with that.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of sad that it's going, but you know.
Yeah.
Hate to see it leave, but love to watch it leave the driveway.
Yes. Bigger and better things. I don't know. I'm a hoarder. I can't get rid of anything, as you can see.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
Andy, I want to buy one of those Solo X's off you. Are they for sale?
No.
I kind of want to do a trunk
Yeah,
build.
he's a
$1
hoarder.
million.
I want to do a trunk build
Even
in the
that.
Taurus.
If I offered
and
you
import it
$2,000
through
for
the
one,
rear
he'd
deck.
probably take it. Let's be real.
No.
I'll take up
Well,
the whole
there's this
fucking
one. It
trunk
needs
in
a
the
new
Taurus.
coil.
I want to do a badass build through the back deck, ported through the back deck, off the back glass.
Is this
Wait,
got like
repeat
6x9s in the back deck?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it does, or 5x7s. I've never had that generation. I've never had that generation, the O2 one. I've never had one.
No.
I've wanted that car for like 10 years. I don't know if did we show it on this one last time or no? I don't know if we showed it last week.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
a
good.
2002 Taurus, but it's got 86 and a half to 2004 Taurus subframes are the same bolting pattern. So it's a 02 Taurus with a 95 Taurus show Yamaha V6 manual subframe and transmission in it, and it has a bell housing adapter mounting it to the 3.4 liter Yamaha V8. And then even more bonus is it's got hubs converting it to 5x114, so it's a common lug pattern versus the 5x108 that the car normally would be, and it has Ford Mustang SVT Cobra brakes on it front and back.
Nice.
So it goes fast, it stops fast. And it does it.
I wouldn't
turn.
say fast compared to what though. It's realistically like
Yeah.
220 wheel horsepower. So I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
It's enough
469
get up
rear
and
deck.
go.
I'm down with it.
But it does have working air conditioning and power steering.
I
And
want you to
passive
know,
emission.
when you pull up at the car meet, nobody's gonna know what the hell that is. They're just
Bro,
gonna
you go through
Bring
a
your
Walmart
grandma's
parking
car.
lot. Bro.
My grandma literally had one of those. So
Yeah,
If you take the badges off, and there's decent mufflers on that thing, everybody's gonna think you're.
oh, it
just driving
sounds
a
good
Beaver.
already. It already sounds sick. Manual electric boom. Dude, you go through a Walmart parking lot in a V8 Taurus, and people are fucking mind blown, dude.
Fucking heads breaking like they just saw the second coming of Christ or something.
Fuck.
So did that come 6-speed or 5-speed, or was that automatic?
All the 90s. It's a 96 to 99 V8, but all of the V8s came factory with automatics. Every one of them, 100%.
That's what I
automatic.
thought. That's why I was like, stick. What? So
Yeah, it has
how'd
a
you do
custom
that?
bell housing adapter for the
Bell housing and 6 speed out of a V6.
It's a 5-speed, but yeah.
is it like a 4 liter or something like that? It's a small V8, ain't it?
4 liter.
4
Ooh.
liter.
3.4, isn't it?
Do you have audio or no?
No, no audio on your end.
What the fuck?
Ooh, he's cussing again.
We can make noises if you want.
Yeah. It actually, you gotta think about it. So
Yeah, they're so much better.
It's a Ford. There's a spark plug flying out of it somewhere.
It's
Like, that doesn't have that shitty design with the extra length on the spark plug below the.
Oh yeah, spark plugs were like this long. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like this long. You only, threads were like this
There
high
we
above
go.
the end.
Yeah.
Mullen, that sounds good.
Is it crossplane?
Sounds so real. Sounds like my pickup truck
I'm not
with
mad.
no muffler.
Wait, is that a flat plane crank?
I don't know off the top of my head.
My pickup truck got
That
more
sounds-
horsepower than
That does
your
not sound like a
grandma
traditional
car,
V8,
bro.
my friend.
The Yamaha
That sounds
V8.
like a flat plane or something.
Of course, it
Something
doesn't sound like a
different.
traditional V8. It's literally a freaking 3.4 liter. What
I
the
get
hell?
that, but it's not all about the displacement of it. The firing order, if it's different, makes it sound different.
You keep
And then,
telling
you
me.
know,
You keep telling me.
Timing
That's what
of
makes Subies
ignition
Subies,
events,
I'm
cross
trying to find a
plane
video where
versus
me and
flat
Zach are
plane,
racing. The
Turbos are the great equalizer. That's just how it works nowadays.
Zach,
turbos
yeah,
are
the guy,
mufflers. You
my
can
brother, the
argue
blue
anything
turd
else,
guy, he
I
wants
won't
to buy it
agree.
and put a turbo on it.
Turbos are only good for mufflers, let's be real.
The
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
The
trying to
extra
find a video where
add-ons
Zach
are
eating on it.
bonuses, fuck a Flowmaster.
So you're
put turbos
getting
on
that,
it.
and you got your Civic, and then this Tahoe. Yeah, that's
And
3
I've got my
cars.
79 too.
My
And
mic
your
on.
79s. Well, I'm saying like projects, because we know you're not going to work on that 79.
Your
Just
boy
always good.
picking up a new truck this weekend. Hopefully. I gotta go check it out really deep, but yeah.
I'd just be happy if somebody put a fucking fuel pump in the one I got sitting outside. I don't even want to touch it.
All right, watch this shit. You ready for me
Those
to
are fun.
save you a lot of time and money?
I'll just set it on
Up
fire.
on eBay, there is a
Oh.
Japan-made Kimiso fuel pump, like a Walbro 255 pump, like $35. Comes with
And
all the
I'm a
different
hoarder,
hoses and
bro.
adapters, literally just zip tie
fuck
or
money.
what you call it.
Everyone's
Put
thinking
down.
of buying all these parts. Don't get me wrong, a lot of like the coilers and shit I did, but like over half of the parts people have seen me posting for the EF were where I cleaned my fucking garage, and I was like, I knew I have some of this because I've been doing, I'm such a piece of crap and not finished my race car. Newer and better stuff has came out over the 7 years I've been building it. So I've done bought the parts 4 times now and upgrade. Like, oh, I want to do this now. I want to do a digital cluster. So like half the, my car is actually set up for EF stuff. So like, which been like, ooh, I'm gonna put that to work. Like the battery box. That battery box has been laying in my garage in the box for like 5 years. Happened to start cleaning my garage, and I was like, you damn right, that fits a Group 34. It's going in the car, and then yeah,
And then you load test it and it does 100 amps.
probably.
We're sitting for 7 years.
I know.
Well,
I
no, the battery
feel,
bank. No, the battery's new. The battery box, that aluminum billet box.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, yeah.
You're
I've
talking
been
about you had a
putting off-
battery sitting for 7 years. It's brand new. I was like,
I've been putting off buying my my big Holly Dash because they sell like 7.5s and 13-inch displays, and
Yeah.
they're just plug into my Holly Terminator X. And I've been putting that off for about a year and a half, and now they're up to like $2,500. And I'm like, oh,
they went
fuck
up
it.
in price.
Yes,
They're nice though.
Hey,
they was like $1,500. Now they're $2,500. So.
inflation.
But here's how long I've been building my race car. When I first started, the race pack was brand new, and it's like a fucking calculator screen compared to a new, Holly EFI or anything like that now.
Yeah, mine looks like
what's
a little
wrong
Game
with a
Boy.
solar-powered calculator screen? Come on.
Yeah. I
It'll
was like,
last
if I could
forever.
put a race pack in my car, I'll be doing it. And now it's like a fucking analog turd compared to the modern stuff. That's what I'm going to do, a tablet. So that's the reason I have a Honda S300 V3. So I'm going to do a Honda Dash. I'm going to find somewhere to mount a tablet and then that'll be it. Boom.
Have you guys seen where our town is burning?
No.
It's made national news. Big old plastic fire here in Indiana.
Oh wow.
Hell yeah.
David, you see that?
That was
I know you
not
hadn't seen the
on
black
my.
smoke.
That was not on my April bingo card. Hold on.
Yeah. So there's a junk place in town. The guy was selling scrap plastic, and before COVID, he was selling plastic, and then COVID hit, and he couldn't sell all this plastic he had. So he had literally 13 acres of plastic, from basically 12-foot high piles, 150 feet long, to buildings full, to semi-trailers full, and.
Wasn't this in The Simpsons? With the tire
Well, that's the
fire?
tire fire, and I made a meme
Yeah.
about that too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Hey, they predict everything. You know?
yeah, and it caught fire, and the whole place when it's still smoldering right now. Like if I went outside, I can still smell it, and I live about 10 miles north of it. So it made national news. It was on the Today Show. It was all this black, and it was the cloud was so big you could see it from space. And then
So this is like the one in Ohio. That train wreck.
yes, this is kind of like that. Yeah,
Except for that was rainy cyanide or something like that.
yeah. This is just
Yeah,
black
that's cyanide,
cancerous
yeah.
smoke plastic. So
You didn't want
What
that.
even is a carcinogen?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been burning. And there's ash on our cars. There's asbestos material in people's yards. It's pretty
if
fun.
it tastes like asbestos, it's probably good for you.
Yeah. So if I end up ended up with cancer in the next month, you guys know why.
Yeah, right. And
It's been
like
real,
4 years to be like, did you live in this area? You have a
Oh
case.
yeah, yeah. You
Fun
have a
fact.
lawsuit.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, Todd said, he was in Discord, we were talking shit earlier. Todd goes, fun fact, did you know that if you eat 1 gram of, what was it, Todd? Crap, fuck. What was it?
He's talking to Todd like Todd's sitting there.
He's right there. He's in Discord.
He is right
Right
there.
there. Fuck, not iridium. I don't remember what it was. It'll come back to me. It was like, plutonium. You eat 1 gram of plutonium. It has enough energy to provide you with energy for the rest of your life. Granted,
Wow.
that's only 3 days, but you know.
I'll say that won't be very long.
Dense. I can't.
But dude,
Oh no. Oh, I know that dash.
That's the show.
My service truck dash was just like that.
Not that,
it's
it's
gotta be
not
like a flat plane crank or something, dude. I'm
Here's
gonna look
it.
it up. I'm
I
curious.
have one
It's gotta
street
be, dude.
Here's street racing at
It's a
350.
3.4.
Yeah, 3.4.
What's the 60 time? Like 5, 5.5?
I don't know. Slow.
You shouldn't. You
Tutorial.
gotta know this, man.
No, I just
That's what
the
the young
cool thing
kid,
about when you have a
looking at you, asks you, "Hey, man, how fast is your car to 60 miles an hour?" You know.
and that's when you're like, I don't know, dude. It's a Ford Taurus, man. I bought it
Yeah,
like
you
this.
You compare drag pack numbers with the Hellcat guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I don't know. I want something cool, cruise around daily, do a cool setup in it. If I continue to, if I went a whole another year in that excursion without doing some crazy repairing stuff or rebuilding it, it's a beer can.
So you're 6.5 to 60. It's not bad.
Six
That's
and
a
half
big
to
car,
60.
though. That's a big car. You know,
Yeah.
you're moving some weight.
It's not a. They didn't make a show in 2002, but yeah, close enough.
Yes. Same thing, right?
Close enough, yeah. The now it is cool because I have to do emissions here. That's cool that it passes emissions. I'm excited about that.
Oh, you guys got to do that?
Yeah, it sucks balls.
I know.
Oh,
Must
shit,
be
we don't have
nice.
to do any of that.
I had to.
I know.
I evaded it for like the better part of a decade by registering
flat plane
everything
crank.
at my
Isn't that
grandparents'
crazy? The
guest
two
house.
best places, Indiana and Oklahoma. No
Yep, Indiana.
emissions.
It is a
And,
flat plane crank.
One of
Shit,
the
we got
two.
black smoke outside right now. Nobody cares about that shit.
Dude, it worked great to do the guest house thing in a non-emissions county for like a decade until I found. So I went and checked my mail, and it was like, "You're summoned for jury duty. You've missed jury duty." And then it was like, "You have a
Oh,
warrant for
fuck.
your arrest." I was like, "Ooh, yeah." So yeah, so
You know how you get out of that? Never
I'm
register.
Just go in there and
without
say
thinking.
it doesn't matter what he did. He's innocent, and I'm never gonna change my mind.
So I went there and showed him my lease agreement where I was living in Woodstock. I'm like, "Oh, I don't even live here anymore." And then yeah, so that got me out of that one though. But it was like marked in the system because I went to renew my tags back in Pickens County again because I hadn't changed my license yet. And they're like, "No, it shows here you moved." And I'm like, "You damn right. I'm at the wrong tag office right now." But whoops.
Damn, it's a crazy looking crankshaft.
Oh, see now Jake's all getting like, "Oh, that Yamaha motor's
I mean, it's
cool."
just it's a flat plane, man.
A flat plane 3.4. You can rev it like a Honda.
I mean, I didn't see it holding 9 grand, but you know.
It depends on what. Not all Honda. It's not,
You
they're not
said
all
rev
Ks.
it like a Honda. Some of
Not
these new
all Hondas
Hondas
rev at 9
nowadays.
grand.
Some of these new Hondas, man, they're up at their, up at 11,000.
In a K.
Be real.
Yeah.
You know, 4-piston
Uh,
racing, dog. Come on.
Yes and no. Like the V8 more so than the V6. The V6 started as a Vulcan block that they did the heads on. The 3.4 really was more Yamaha oriented. There isn't a Ford 3.4 V8 block.
Yes.
Nice.
Is that Joe Biden?
I don't even know what that means. 50 times 62. That's cool.
I'm not even gonna comment. I don't want to lose customers.
So when's the next Mullins box video? So you're doing a kicker cone, or what's the next? You did the toilet bowl.
The toilet. That was going to be a surprise one because nobody really knows about that one. You guys know about it now. They know.
Oh, sorry.
Now
I ruined it.
everybody
It's no big deal.
knows.
It's no big
Ain't
deal.
that some
We have
shit?
9 people watching. It's not a big deal.
Tomorrow is going to be the toilet video. So,
Sick.
yeah.
That's gonna
Are
be.
you gonna make
shit.
it play 9 hertz, the brown note?
Well, I did call it the brown note, but
There you go. Yeah.
surprisingly enough, a toilet makes a decent enclosure.
Oh,
No.
it's ported and everything. Man, you know.
Dude, it's ported. It's solid. It's
Yeah.
It
half
doesn't
the cube.
flex.
Yeah, it does not
Ported or
flex.
free air. You know.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I got some enclosure ideas for you.
Okay.
I
I'll
got
take them.
some. I got some. And they're off topic. If you're
I like
going
this
off
little
topic,
series.
like swim, what was it, fish tank, and then now you got.
I've
toilet.
done
I have
Cardboard
got
box.
some ideas. Oh
I've
yeah,
done
bro.
cone, fish tank, bucket, toilet, and I got a couple more I'm thinking of. So
All right, I got one for you. Don't worry,
You
I'll
should
stay
do-
upstream.
One
works.
would be cool is like the actual like I've seen people do it. Put the speaker in the box that you bought it in.
well, that was kind of the premise
That's what the
between
concept,
the
yeah.
very first one.
Right.
The
right.
car. And
Look at
let me
the
tell you
private
what
chat.
you put. I can't see it on my phone, but I will look.
Yeah,
here.
because I remember you were
Yeah.
like holding it and it was getting louder. It was just
He
flexing.
Yeah.
was that guy that he pulled up on that had him in the car or whatever that was in the
Yeah.
box. Whatever.
Yeah, it's wild because I mean it works, but as soon as you just touch it, and it's a lesson in building a rigid enclosure is what it is. Because as soon
Right.
as you touch it, it gets extremely loud, and you let go, and it just soaks up all the energy.
It's nuts.
So it is pretty wild. The one that surprised me the most was the cone. The cone surprised me the most. The toilet's awesome, but the cone is actually pretty fucking loud for what it is. So,
oh yeah, it's like a
The bucket
one-hit
one
wonder
threw
kind
me
of
back
thing.
nostalgia though. Again, that was my first enclosure.
oh yeah, the bucket was okay, but again, it's not very heavy. So, you know, you got an enclosure that's kind of vibrating around and flexing, and it's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but take a bucket, fill it with like a thin concrete, and then slide another bucket in it.
Oh yeah.
Cheat code.
See, mine was fine. It was like a cheap home audio. So I really wish I could find this. It was like
Like
40-ounce slug black basket, but the cone was like a textured transparent. It had like a freaking cloth, black dust cap on it. But the what's up, Joey? But the dude, I just dropped a speaker cutout down the bottom of it and like fucking siliconed it in, and I took a pocket knife and cut the outside of it and shot screws down in it, and it was fucking. At the time I was a kid, it was sick. I had on a PA amp. It was like 60x2, and I was bridging it. Didn't even know what I was doing.
At like quarter ohm or something like that.
No, it was
The most-
definitely a single 8-ohm subwoofer, but
Oh, okay.
I shot you
The
some
most thing
photos
I've
of what
ever
I did
rigged
this week,
was-
Scott.
I was gonna say the most thing I ever rigged, it wasn't a subwoofer, but it was for 2 kicker DS 6.5s. I wanted more mids and highs in the trunk. And it was an old battery box. And I just took a jigsaw and boom.
Yeah.
And that's what's actually in that video. If you look on the one with me and Mike DePoli going at it, first competition of both of ours. And it was sitting in there, but it looked good. It looked good, it worked, But I never did anything weird with the subwoofer because, yeah, that's just not gonna work.
And you got to give me some ideas on square subwoofer boxes.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of something for you, honestly. I mean, you did cover a lot of the bases, but it's like, man,
The cheat
I don't,
code, yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Maybe you could do like, storage containers, like the plastic ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that might
Just
work.
see the lid going pop.
Yeah.
Pop.
you
I
get
literally-
silly with it.
Pop.
I would get
I go
silly
out to the
with it.
hardware store and just walk around and look at things. I'll be like, oh, that could be an enclosure. Oh, that could be an enclosure. So
You know what would be
You're
a
like
really
a
good
shitty,
enclosure?
like-
A pallet.
A free washer or dryer and like fucking lava hole.
I still want to do a
That's a good
trash can. I want to do a
Yeah.
trash
Yeah.
can.
You can
So-
just have the top just blah, 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 blah.
You got to put a scar in there, you know.
You
Oh
can be
yeah,
one-handed
exactly where it
clapping.
belongs. Yeah.
Oh, thank God, man. These Starbucks, dude.
I am gonna buy an 18 because I do want to put one in a swimming pool. That's something else I'm gonna do. So
Ooh,
So
that
it's
would be
what makes you
cool.
want to throw a subwoofer
Wow.
into a pool?
I don't know.
Wait,
Because I'm
wait.
getting ready to get our swimming pool ready for the summer, and I figured, yeah, I'll use it for a video.
Is it green and gross right now?
Are you gonna put it in a giant,
yeah.
like sealed box, like big enough to make an infinite baffle, and then like
Okay.
seal it down?
So what I thought was,
It's not gonna
I'll
be ported.
I'll use the kicker for an example. I thought about
custom.
flipping it up. Yeah, it's got
That
a couple
fucker
miles.
mint,
on
dude.
it. Andy, you want to recone this?
Oh yeah, sure. Let me just burn it some more. Start
There
from
you go.
scratch.
I thought about putting the pool foam around the outside of it and letting
Oh
it
my
float
God.
on the water.
There's
and just
no
let
way
it
it's gonna float, dude.
I don't know.
It's
It's a scar. I don't care if it floats or not.
God.
I'm gonna buy an 18 and just see what it does. I don't know if the
You
swimming
know
pool
what you could
be-
do? You could do that, but I don't even know because like if the
The
water
sub-
would get inside, because you
Do
could
it
put
like a
like
potato
an
chip or
E6000 on the terminal, so you know that's not getting wet.
If you
But, like,
really
I don't know.
actually want to try this, don't try it like that. Do the concrete bucket idea I just told you about, or
Yeah.
something cheap, and just have the cone be out, because the cone will actually flex and do something. But like if the leads touch, that amp's gonna.
Yeah, yeah.
There's something about a dead short and electrolysis. Just
Yeah.
Doesn't
I
like
messaged
that.
I messaged Jacob the other day. I said, "Hey, you think if I take a JP amp and try to weld with it, it'll shut off?" He's like, "Fuck yeah, it will." And I'm like, "Well, shit. All right, fine."
well, there went a
Find
video
something
idea.
else.
Fuck.
Damn it.
Take a bunch of his 6 amp hour batteries and see how many welding rods you can go through.
There you go.
I've been wanting to do one with not a fish tank because you know if you post something with like a speaker, you know, and fish in there, all the animal activists will be like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
triggered," you know. But I wanted to do that. I want to get a glass cutter, like, because when you did the fish tank, I'm like, well, that gives me, you know, okay, that could be strong enough. But I want to put water in it, cut the bottom, and have the subwoofer mounted inverted, so all the water is just pushing yes on the cone.
Just don't put a
And-
fish in there, man. The PETA
I
might come
know.
after you.
I know. That's
Even if
why
it is a
it's-
beta fish that's mean as hell and kills everything else, you put it in the tank.
You're like, I
Beating
want
the
this
shit
for
out of it
free
is not
at a
gonna work out
circuit,
well.
you know?
I've always wanted to do that. That would be so cool. You know.
I should have put water in that tank just to, give it a little bit of mass down in the
You know,
bottom. but
honestly, just
Shit.
because it like how it's sealed, I don't think the water would have moved much. Just like how the debris
I don't
wasn't
think so
moving much
either.
inside either.
Yeah.
You know, because
No.
it's sealed, it's compressed. The waves are just mainly coming out of the rear of or the front of the subwoofer. You know,
Yeah.
but if you would have had a ported enclosure, an actual ported,
That-
not just a bunch
that's
of
kind of
holes
why I
in it,
drilled
I
some
think
holes,
it
and I was
would've-
like,
yeah. Because isn't that right, Jake? Like ported enclosures have more pressure built inside than sealed.
Technically, at peak tuning.
Right.
Or just above or below, technically, but yeah.
And that's why for SPL you go a little bit, you know, above your tuning and then match that with your frequency, your car, and you're loud.
Supposedly, if you like dynamite, or, like explode something underwater that's powerful enough and has enough concussion to kill somebody, it travels faster through water, obviously, but like the kill radius is like a lot more in
Wow.
water than it would be if you were standing at the same distance in open air.
Wow, is it
The
because
shock wave
molecules
through
are
the water
closer,
is more
instantaneous?
sharp or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's just the molecules are closer. It's a liquid,
I guess.
not a gas. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not.
David,
taking
are
a
you
lot of
muted?
I think Dave's muted.
Yeah, David's muted.
Dude, I haven't heard a
There
word
we
you
go.
said in
I heard a
like
word
10
he-
minutes.
He has had a whole ass conversation with himself.
He's like, they ain't paying
Yeah.
attention to me. What the fuck?
I'm like, damn, Dave's been a great guest.
Yeah.
All right, does it work now?
Yeah.
We can hear you
Dave,
loud and
Dave,
clear.
Well, I got you, buddy. I would say Mullen, but these guys had on. So, like bald guys, when you start to wash your face, do you start at the bottom or at the top?
I start with the beard.
With the beard, you start down there.
Yeah.
Yep,
Start with
yep.
the beard.
And then-
I would say I start at the top because usually it's when I'm always in the shower,
Yeah, nice.
and then I just go all the way down. Like
Yeah,
I don't stop.
that's good mental image. I've seen you with a shower beer. So that seems like a good time.
Yeah, that's how I do it, man. Fucking
Science.
sip on a Corona, a little bit of.
Got shower beers.
if you don't have a shower beer, what are you doing?
Very rarely do I. I mean, I've probably only had a handful of shower beers my whole life.
You think I'm gonna fuck up my program with a shower? No, you're coming with me, baby. Let's go.
Nah, dude. It's like I'll have one on like 4th of July and shit like that. It's about the only time I'm like, oh, shower
Man,
beer.
at 4th of July, I don't even think you moved off my back porch. You were like, all night.
Jake's
All
calling
night.
you out. He's like, he
I don't
was
get drunk
asleep.
that often.
He was asleep.
I mean, everyone
Just
here
this.
seems to be drunk though.
Just this.
Oh my god! Hey, I just ordered my Mike Tyson gummies today, so I'll have to bring some to Slam with me.
The weed gummies, that'd be funny.
What are they called? They're called something.
Like the ear.
The ear ones, yeah.
Tyson
Yeah.
Bites.
Yeah, there you go.
That's funny.
Your boy might go to Slam this year.
You should.
Yeah, man, show
I
up.
have
Come on.
not been since 2017.
Slamology is going to be insane
Everybody's gonna
this
be
year. Insane.
They should be.
Everybody's always there. What's new? I'm not there, but everybody else is always there. You want to know why I don't go to shows? I get drug around like a puppet. Man, tell me what you think about this. What should I check? I'm like, man, I'm just trying to just hang out.
Speaking of Slam Dub, I know you're watching. I need a banner for my channel. We need to make it happen for Slam. I need a banner.
It's
Because I'm
about
going
time for
live
Slam
there.
to be taking cut a new intro video too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We got to get the
That-
gang, like the regulars, got to be on it too, man.
gotcha.
The intro's a little hot.
It's always
What is that?
spicy.
Is that your gummies, David?
I know it's crazy. It's
No,
been almost a year.
I'm an old guy.
Oh, okay.
I just do.
Oh,
old
okay.
stuff.
Okay.
Like a Sith.
I gotta be all fancy. Am I older? Wait a minute, David. Am I older than you?
I thought you were younger. I don't know. I'm
Yes.
46.
Well, I'm getting ready to turn 47 myself, so don't worry about it.
Oh wow, y'all the same age.
Yeah,
Nice. Very good.
we're the old guys with a bunch.
On that note, though, guys, we need to start wrapping this bad boy up. Andy
shit,
Joe
already.
Show, and
Yep.
guys, Rolling Thunder episode 75. I appreciate everyone joined on. Andy, Mullen, Jake, kind of Jake, but David, what's up? Thank you for joining too.
Kind of, Jake.
Kind of just
God
short
damn, man.
Talk to you
straw
all the
tonight.
Big
Thank
ol-
you,
Appreciate
Jake-ish.
you guys.
Yeah, kind of
Jake
Jake.
is, the irrelevant enclosure guy.